We just talked about why it's so important to not waste food, and now we want to talk about ways that we can make more sustainable food choices. Well, let's get inspired by James Beard award-winning celebrity chef Jenard Wells. Good morning, chef. It's good to have you.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Well, chef, you're affectionately called the family chef. Now, how does that reflect your style of cooking and your approach to food?
You know, the family chef derived from my cookbook, Southern Inspired. One of the things I love doing is modifying yesterday's food for today's healthier lifestyle. At the same way, food is the ultimate unifier that bridges family, bridges people together. You know, everything is shared around the dinner table. As I say, the kitchen is the heart of the house. That's why it's so important to not only eat great food, but know what you're eating. And at the same time, create a different landscape on your plate to help the environment.
Okay, that's all really great advice there, chef. Now, I hear this a lot, eat sustainably. What exactly does that mean?
Eating sustainable is reducing the carbon footprint of how we're tilling the ground, how we're farming, the cattle that we're raising. We know we have 8 billion plus people in the world, and everybody has to consume. So we consume as far as when it comes to eating. So what we should do is we should focus more on eating what the earth and the ground naturally produces for us and with us. That's why I love Nature Fine has created foods using phi protein, which is a nutritional fungi protein. And we know fungi is full of energy, breaks down differently in our body, full of protein, and at the same time tastes amazing.
Yes, and the taste is going to be a big part of it. Now, what are you going to show us today, chef?
All right, so what we have here is we have my creamy Cajun pasta. When you think about a pasta dish, who typically thinks about adding cream cheese to it? I do, because it's about thinking outside of the box. When you go in your local Sprouts grocery store and you see the fine meatless breakfast patties, you see the fine dairy-free cream cheese, don't just think about breakfast. Think about so many other things you can create with this meal complex, and then get rid of all the other things that you would put in your pasta. Like take, for instance, here, we start off with the dairy-free chives and cream cheese. Amazing. Then you got butternut squash, bow tie pasta, wilted spinach, cherry tomatoes, cream corn, and that as that cream cheese is melting, it's forming this amazing creaminess along with the butternut squash. Finish it off with Cajun seasoning. Top it off with some of the diced meatless breakfast patties. And guess what with the breakfast patties? 11 grams of protein and 75% less fat. So not only are you eating and tasting good, but you're feeling good at the same time.
Oh, that's key. It tastes good, but you're feeling good as well. I know that feeling all too well. Well, what do you think are the benefits of eating more plants here?
Eating more plants is the true source of protein. Also, eating more plants helps the earth. It helps the earth to replenish because we know that the earth was created to grow vegetation to feed us. As I always tell a lot of people, that's one of the things it says in the good book. The first thing it says after Adam and Eve was created, what did he say? I created the earth to bear vegetation for you to eat. So we already knew everything that we need, the nutritional, the healing properties, everything we need is in the vegetation. Change the landscape of your plate. Say, for instance, that you may be a meatitarian, but it's okay to flex out a couple of days throughout the week. Meatless Mondays, sustainable Sundays, you know, things like that would just ultimately change your lifestyle because that's what it's about. It's not only about me. It's not only about creating something good for my kids and creating something great for the world, but it's sharing the amazing knowledge and about great food. Because you know me as chef, I love all things food.
Yes, and I love the Adam and Eve concept. I'm totally going to use that with my kiddos now. Okay, you've got kids. I've got kiddos too. How do you stretch that food dollar? I mean, we all have to nowadays. And when you do that, what's your go-to meal?
My go-to meals is definitely like this pasta. Because when we talk about me having kids, mine is kind of, as I said, untraditional. I got 9 kids, 5 girls and 4 boys. So I'm always looking at ways that I can create great meals. One pot wonders like the Creole creamy pasta made with Nature's Fine. Looking for quick fixes like my cheeseburger spring rolls here that are stuffed with the cheese, the Nature's Fine cream cheese, cabbage, carrots, onions, and then I crumble up the sausage in it to give them that experience when they're just on the go. They take bags of these off to school with them. Those are things that I do to change the landscape, but also creating the food in unique ways where everyone loves it.
That's right. Well, Chef, it was a pleasure to have you this morning. Thank you so much for all that great advice. Good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And again, thanks for taking time with us. And that was Chef Jenard Wells. You can follow him on social media at Chef Jenard.